Hello. How,
Hello, ma'am.
how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for asking, ma'am. So, what about you?
I'm good, thank you. Um, my name is Beck, and I am from Australia, but I live in Thailand.
Okay, that's great. So, my
What is
name
your
is
name?
Samir. My name is Samir, and I'm calling from India.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
great. I saw that this is maybe your second or third time on Cambly.
Yeah, this is my second time, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I want to tell you that I had a student who booked to talk with me now, but they have internet problems. They sent me a message. They can't seem to connect. So I don't think they will call. But I
Okay.
wanted to let you know if they do call, I will have to go, but I don't think they can.
Okay.
Is that
So,
okay?
I think we have. Yeah, is that okay, ma'am? I
Okay.
think we have a 13 minutes,
Yes.
so we can talk. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay. So can you tell me why are you learning English?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, I want to improve my English language for my job purpose. I want to make a good career in my field. Like, I want to become a ground staff. We can say in the airport sector. Okay.
Okay, what was that again? A what staff? What was that word?
Yeah. We can say aviation field, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And yeah, ma'am. Thank you. And I want to settle in abroad, like Canada or Singapore, like that.
Mhm.
So that's why reason I'm going to learn English language.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, ma'am.
That sounds so. Have you finished your studies already?
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
done my finished study. Like I done my bachelor degree.
Hmm.
Then then after that, I done my degree also, like hotel management and aviation also. So both course
Okay.
I done.
Okay.
Yeah, and like nowadays I'm preparing my interview and communication, and I'm improving English language.
Ah, okay. Okay. Oh, would you like to practice general conversation today, or would you like me to ask some interview questions?
No, ma'am. I want to like to general
General?
conversation because
Okay.
I yeah,
Okay, no
I
problem.
heard about yeah, I heard about, ma'am. Whenever we talk in general conversation, then we can build our thought, our expression, our pronunciation, and it's gonna help for English language.
Yes, yes, it will.
Yeah,
Yeah. Especially if you're going to travel and maybe live overseas. Yeah.
yeah, ma'am.
Have you ever traveled outside of India before?
No, ma'am. I didn't travel outside in India.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Where is the first place you would like to go?
Yeah, actually, I would like to go in abroad, like Dubai, ma'am.
W?
Dubai.
Oh, Dubai?
Dubai.
Oh,
Yeah, ma'am. Dubai.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I, okay, I stopped at the airport, but I did not
Okay.
leave the airport.
Okay.
So I couldn't
Yeah, ma'am.
see very much, but it looked
Okay.
nice and clean. I could
Yes,
only
yes.
see out the windows.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, it looked hot. It
Yeah. So, ma'am, tell about something like yourself, like what do you do? I mean, what's your occupation like that?
Okay,
So tell
good.
me.
You can ask me questions. I want you to practice as well. So,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Okay, so I
Yeah.
will answer one of your questions. What is your occupation? Okay. So I was a nurse when I lived in Australia, but I've
Mhm.
been living in Thailand for 22 years. So
Okay.
I cannot be a nurse in Thailand. So I am
Mhm.
now an office manager. but I have two
Okay.
jobs. So I work part-time for my office and part-time on Cambly just this year. Yeah.
Okay, that's great, ma'am. You're doing great, seriously.
Three
Yeah.
very different jobs.
So, ma'am, what kind of you are doing a job like in manager office and second one what?
So this second job is Cambly teaching online.
Okay.
Yes. Hmm. Yeah.
So, what about your manager job?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, you have big. I could just answer that because I think I know what you mean, but you need to make the question longer. It's very what we call vague, okay? So can you
Mhm.
ask me the question again with more information?
Yeah, like I want to ask you, what about manager office? Like, what kind of work over there and how's going? Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So the first
Yeah.
part is what we call too vague. Vague. I don't know if you know that word. Let me, I'll type it for you, but I don't know which language to translate it into for you. So that means like it's
Okay.
too big a area. I don't know what to tell you for the first part. The second part
Mhm.
was good. So what are you doing
Mhm.
in your job? Okay. So I
Okay.
work for a foundation that's like a charity.
Mhm.
So, but
Okay.
I mostly look after the staff. So there's about 35 staff. Um,
Okay.
and I do a lot of fixing problems actually in my job. So
Okay.
the staff come to me with like a financial problem or a work problem and my job is really to fix those issues for the boss so that he doesn't have to spend all day fixing problems. He can focus on his work. So I do have
Mhm.
work as well. I actually it's unusual. In my charity, we also have a daycare and a school, and some children's
Mhm.
programs. So I also plan the children's programs, and I help with any problems in the school and planning. So it's a wide job.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. It's interesting job. Seriously, ma'am. You're doing great. Like, yeah, you're working with charity. That's
Mhm.
great. I heard about little with charity. We can say helping to
Yeah.
people and atmosphere also good. So that's
Yes.
great thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, ma'am, what about Cambly app? Like, how long have been working with Cambly?
Okay, so I started last year in right at the beginning of November. So it's been 11 months, I think, now that I've been working on Cambly. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great. Yeah,
it's my first time teaching adults.
ma'am.
In the past, I
Adult.
only
Okay.
taught small children.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, ma'am, what about college? What about your study?
Hmm. So I had already studied to be a nurse and I was working as a nurse, which I love because it's also helping people. Um,
Okay, that's
and
great.
I actually came to Thailand to do medical clinics for poor people in like
Mhm.
villages where it's hard to get a
Okay.
car there. We would sometimes walk or four-wheel drive. Um, but so I did that for a few years, and that's when I met my husband, who is from Thailand. So, because
Okay.
we later married, I stayed living in Thailand, but I can't work in a hospital. So,
Okay.
I because I'm living in Thailand, I have not continued more studies because
Mhm.
university here is in Thai language. And I
Yeah,
can speak
that's great.
fluently, but I cannot read and write Thai language. Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, I heard about lots of native speaker. They settle down in Thailand. They belong to UK, US, and Australia,
Mhm.
whatever. But they most of time visit to Thailand and they settle down over there. So, like, I mean, what kind of like this country? Yeah,
So what was that last bit? What kind of?
country like lots of people are visiting, making a career over there in Thailand.
So
Yeah,
if you actually are a teacher, it's easy to get jobs here because actually Thailand is not like India. You learn English at school. But Thailand only
yeah.
started learning English at school in the last 20 years. So older people
Okay.
don't speak any English, only young people. So they're trying to
Okay.
change that. They want everyone to start speaking English now because countries like Malaysia and Singapore, Hong Kong, they all speak great English. So they want to be the same as that. So they're trying to make some changes. So it's easy to get a
Mhm.
job if you're a teacher, but if you're anything else, it's actually hard to get a job here. Yeah.
That's
Mm.
great. So, ma'am, I want to ask you some question. Like, I love to YouTube. Okay, I love to YouTube channel. I have a
Oh,
YouTube
wow.
channel. Okay, and yeah, ma'am. So, I mean, like, please give me permission. Like, we are recording
Hmm.
this video. So, can I upload my yeah? Can I upload my
Okay,
video?
sure. You
Please?
can.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So, ma'am, please tell me like about improving. Like, how do I improve my English language?
Okay. The main things you can do. So your speech is really quite good. Um, One thing that I have done with some Indian students before is work on some pronunciation of some sounds. Um, like
Okay.
sometimes the D sound versus the TH sound, just to help clear that up. Sometimes the R sound. The other thing that you can do, which really helps, is actually just slow your
Okay.
speech down a little bit. Because I find that if you are
Mhm.
from India, you speak very fast. So your words run together, and we need to
Yeah,
separate
ma'am.
the words so that they're clearer. So slowing down your speech, even 10%, makes a big difference for people understanding you. Um, let's see. The other thing that you can do is lessons on Cambly that will help you learn more professional words. If
Okay.
you do choose which country you'd like to move to in the future, I would suggest picking a teacher from that country who can teach you phrases and maybe some slang that will help you once you move to that country as well. Yeah. So those are a
Okay.
couple of suggestions. It's a
That's
very short lesson, so it's a little harder to pick what else we should work on at this stage.
okay. That's good. Definitely, I'll work
Okay.
myself. So, ma'am, yeah. So, I want to ask you second question. Should I read a book? Should I read a book and some phrases, words, some vocabulary, and some grammar parts? So, what should I do myself? So, please tell me.
Okay, so how are you going with listening to me? Are you okay with watching Western TV and understanding? How are your listening skills? Okay, because it
Yeah.
seems like you're okay. All right. So in that case, I would normally I suggest students to watch some TV shows, put the subtitles, but at a time. Um, I normally suggest reading books. Start from children's books and keep working your way up level.